Well, the top 10 Republicans in the race for 2016 took the stage at Thursday's debate to make their case for the White House. But they need more than just a good argument to win. They need a lot of money. And a lot of them are raising it with super PACs. They have assumed a central place in that campaign. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Joining us now, the host of Sunday Morning Features, Maria Bartiromo. Maria, it's great to see you.
Good to see you.
So in some of these campaigns, Jeb Bush's and others, the super PAC will play a central role in the campaign, within the legal limits, of course. This is a result of campaign finance laws that are supposed to make the system more transparent and accountable.
That's right.
That hasn't been the effect.
Well, it hasn't been the effect. I mean, we all know that when you are with a political action committee, the rules are that that PAC, or super PAC now that the later, in most recent times it's been called, is not supposed to get involved in policy, not supposed to get involved in any content. It's hard because it's so much money. Look at some of these numbers. The top 5 GOP candidates with the most campaign funds raised. Jeb Bush at $115 million. Some would even say it's even higher than that, $120 million. But the fact is groups supporting him have raised all of that money in contributions so far, significantly more than any other candidate. Next is Ted Cruz at $52.8 million. Now, 95% of the total contributions to super PAC supporting Cruz came from donations of just $1 million or more. In some cases, it's even lower than $1 million. So you could understand how these numbers can really add up, and you don't necessarily put all that much money out individually. At least 23 companies registered as limited liability corporations, giving more than $100,000 each to super PAC supporting presidential candidates. The majority of donations reported so far went to super PAC supporting Jeb Bush. Let's take a look at the Democratic side of things, because that's also really interesting numbers. Hillary Clinton's campaign raised $47.5 million through June 30th, more than any other candidate so far.
What's so interesting is you look at the lineup on the Republican side, and that's not the same order as the polls. In other words, the people with the most money aren't necessarily the most popular. I'm not saying it's not relevant, the money, but it's not definitive, decisive.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, because when you look at the amount of money Ted Cruz has been able to raise, and he's not the number 2 in the polls right now. The money is important. It's critical to these campaigns, particularly somebody like a Ted Cruz, where you're not seeing him at number 2 in the polls, but you are seeing him at number 2 in the money-raising part of the story.
But the money does, to some extent with the internet now, follow popularity. I mean, Obama in 2008 was outgunned money-wise by Hillary dramatically, and he beat her in the end because he was able to go outside the normal channels. Could you see that happening this time?
I could see that happening this way, because money talks, basically, and it sort of begets success.
Exactly.
The more money you get, it's becoming a bigger opportunity for you to resonate with more and more people. So for sure, we're going to talk with Governor Pataki today, obviously one of the runners and hopefuls for 2016. Interesting to take a look at how much, for example, Donald Trump has given to other candidates. He's given to everybody, including Governor Pataki. He's given to Hillary Clinton. He's given to Nancy Pelosi. So we're going to talk about that as well with the chairman of the New York GOP, Ed Cox, is also going to join us, get his take on the most recent and the first debate, of course, as well as the money side of things.
Sunday Morning Futures coming up in 14.5 minutes. It's in my routine, shaving, brushing my teeth, watching Sunday Morning Futures. I never miss it. I hope our viewers will do the same.
Great to see you. Thank you so much, Tucker. Good to see you.
Catch Maria every morning during the week on Fox Business 2.